Yo, 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 yo. You know what it is. The CTB, Chin Tuck Boxing.
hmm
I'm your boy Jay Slay. Say what up to him, man.
What's up, everybody? Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, comment. Let's keep this channel growing. You know why? Because we love boxing and you love boxing.
Most definitely, most definitely. This is the place where the fight fans come to get these delicious entrees of boxing knowledge. And what's on the menu for them today, bro?
Let's get on some of that real shit, or is it bullshit?
Let's do it. If you're new to the channel, this is a segment we like to call real shit or bullshit, where take we do a rapid fire on pretty much the hottest topics in boxing that makes the least amount of sense. Uh, and first on the menu, we got Pacquiao versus who? Apparently, Pacquiao's in the media being linked to three different fighters. He's been linked to Garcia, Mikey Garcia. He's been linked to Bud Crawford, and he's been linked to Earl Spence. So, which one of those fighters would you say is the real shit opponent, and which two would you say is the bullshit opponent?
Um, Started with Terrence Crawford. I would say that's bullshit because that fight was supposed to be announced 3 weeks ago. And when I heard that Manny Pacquiao wanted $40 million and that he was looking for site fees outside the country and stuff, I knew right then the fight was not going to get made. They've been trying to chase Pacquiao for 7 years, so I knew Bob Arum was going to give Manny Pacquiao $40 million when he wouldn't give him $20 million
Hmm.
4 or 5 years ago. So I knew that was bullshit. I knew they was just clout chasing. And the same thing with Earl Spence. He's been throwing Earl Spence's name up, and right now he's been acting like he wants to try to make a fight with Earl Spence. But to me, Earl Spence already has a fight finalized with Ugas. And the reason why I say that is because he recently had an Instagram where he posted Fox and said, "Could y'all please drop the schedule?" Well, he wanted them to drop the Fox schedule because he's on the schedule fighting against a fighter, which is probably most likely Ugas. And if you look at Ugas' Instagram, he's been throwing little shots at Earl Spence. So I think that fight is finalized. So the only way for that fight to be made is for Ugas to take step aside money and let them fight. But then the danger of that is you make him take step aside money. You go into negotiation with Manny Pacquiao. He's clout chasing like he always do. You don't make the fight, and then what happens is Terrence Crawford might comes in and swoops up the Ugas fight, and then you left out the dry. So I don't think Earl Spence is gonna fall for it anymore, and he's just gonna just keep his fight with Ugas. So I think that's bullshit. But the real shit is the fight that we've been talking about probably for the last 2 months when we first started this channel, and we said if Manny Pacquiao was gonna fight somebody, it's gonna be somebody he probably could beat and would still sell real good on pay-per-views, and that's Mikey Garcia. So for me, the real shit would be Mikey Garcia.
I'm gonna call bullshit on all of them, man. I don't see
Oh,
Pacquiao fight. I don't see Pacquiao fighting anybody, and possibly not even at 147. He might even wind up moving down to 140 and fighting somebody down there. Because you think about it, he already beat the level of opponent I see him wanting to fight coming off a layoff, which is the Adrian Broner level of opponent at welterweight. There's no other opponent at that weight that I see that's that level that he hasn't already fought and would also sell good on pay-per-view.
you know what? It just hit me while you said that. You said he could fight his next fight at 140.
Yeah,
And I was thinking, why did Tank Davis move up to 140?
that's a good question.
Maybe
That's a
that
good
could be the
question.
fight.
I could see it, but not for the next fight. I would have to see Tank at 140 first, and then I would have to see how old Pacquiao looks. If Pacquiao looks just old enough where Florida don't want to risk putting Tank in there with Pacquiao, then I see them taking that fight if Pacquiao won it. But if Tank look too small at that weight, I don't see Tank winning that fight. But that's a whole nother video. We'll talk about that in another video. Um, yeah, I'm with you on the Bud and Earl though. They to me they're just all clout. That's all clout chasing to me, and it's just Pacquiao linking his name to the two hottest fighters in the world right now. It's just trying to keep his name in the headlines. I don't see him fighting Earl Spence. I know the latest news was he fighting Earl Spence in Dallas, Texas. I don't see that fight happening. I don't see Pacquiao fighting Earl Spence off a 2.5 year layoff. I don't see that happening. I don't see him fighting Bud. Like you said, he's been running from Bud now for almost 7 years. And I see him fighting Bud off on 2 year layoff. So that's all clout. That's all clout to me. I mean, if I had to choose one out of the three, though, I'll ride what you said. I'll just ride with the Mikey just because I had to choose between one of those three. So yeah, that's who I'm calling. I'm calling bullshit on the other two and real shit on Mikey, I guess. If I had to choose one of the three. All right, the next topic, man. This has been hot news of the last 2 days. Ryan Garcia being hurt or ill. Are you calling real shit or bullshit on Mikey Garcia reasons for pulling out of the fight on this short of notice?
It's a tough one, man, because in my heart, I want to say it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Because, like you said,
I want to say it's bullshit.
Because you see stuff on Instagram, he out, but I mean, he's married, so I think that's his wife. Did he get married?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure.
I think he got married with his girlfriend, so he's somewhere out with his girlfriend, and he's supposedly dealing with mental health issues. I think so. You know, that's nothing to play with. So even though he's out and it seems like he's on vacation, maybe that's something that his girlfriend came up with and said, "Hey, just you need to get away from boxing. Let's go on a vacation, reset your mind." But I mean, in my brain, I'm saying he got to fight because I don't know if his camp think he ready. I think they see some holes in his game, and Fortuna is a dangerous fighter, man. He's not nothing that you can play with. And you know, against Luke Campbell, he had trouble in the early part of that fight, and he came on the end and took that fight. And I think Fortuna will give him similar problems. So maybe they saying, you know what, we got it. We got early in training camp. We see stuff we don't like. We need to find a way to put out this fight because you're not ready. So I'm a call, man. I hate to say it, but I'm calling a little bullshit because he's been a diva. I mean, all the way back to the Manny Pacquiao thing with Devin Haney. So he's showing a consistent behavior of being a diva. So because of that, I'm gonna say he on some more bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one, man. I'm calling bullshit also. I don't know if this is wife, like you said, or his girlfriend. I'm gonna get my opinion on why I think he pulled out the fight. I think he might have got caught doing something wrong by his girlfriend / wife. And maybe to save the relationship, he needed to spend quality time, quote unquote, with her. He's a young man. I honestly see that happening. This usually a lot of young men are guilty of that. I'll say that a lot of young men are guilty of doing more than necessary for their first love, if that means anything. Mm-hmm. Especially after they fuck up. Usually, when a guy messes up in a relationship, he wants to repair that relationship by any means. So I think he's on relationship damage control. He put out a fight for that. To me, that's like you said, that's diva all the way. That's nothing but a diva all the way. But like you said, he make more money on Instagram and YouTube anyway. So you got people forget that he kind of he's a boxer by trait, pretty much. He does that just because he's great at it. He's good at it. His real bread and butter is on YouTube and his followers on Instagram and social media. So he can pull out any fight. He feels like he can pull out any fight he want and anytime he want, and his money gonna be good regardless. So that's most definitely a diva. So I'm gonna say it's bullshit, man. He pulled out because he's a diva. If it's any fighter who needed that money or fights for the living, fight for their living, wouldn't pull out of a fight, even if it was hurt, even if it was physically hurt, they would try their best to not pull out of a fight unless they really was physically unable to. So yeah, I see this bullshit, man. 100% bullshit. Number 3, we had a really, really interesting fight, man, this past weekend with a nice, I would say a good prospect, a solid prospect in Berlanga. I think that's how you say his name, Berlanga.
That's right.
I got a 2-part question for him. First question with him, it would be, you think he has the goods? You think he's a great prospect? How you see his future, man? You think his future is high? You think it's real shit? Or you think his future is he's kind of overrated? It's bullshit. He's not going to get too far.
I think it's real shit if they take their time with him. Because I watched the fight and he still look good, but he's a young man. People forget how young he is. I think he might be like 20.
Yeah, like 20, 21. Between 19
so,
and 21.
I mean, he got time, and I seen holes in his game, but for his age and the way he's developing, he's doing what he needs to do. If they just try to rush him in there with the big boys, they could ruin him. So if people out there think that Berlanga is ready to fight the top guys in his weight class, it's some bullshit. But if they take his time and they develop him the right way and let him mature into what he's gonna be probably 3 or 4 years from now, then it could be some real shit. And I also like too, from what I seen in that fight, he got a strong fan base. So if they play the cards right, he could be a star.
I agree with you, man. I think he's real shit, to be honest, man. He had great punching power for that weight. Like you said, he already got a fan base. Being, I think he's Puerto Rican from New York, so that you know that Puerto Rican New York fan base is going to spread. I'm gonna be honest, man. He might not be ready now for the top contenders, like the champions at that weight, but I do see him probably next year or two, maybe next 2 years. Give him another 2 or 3 more fights. I think he'd be right up there, man. Maybe I'll go and throw him in there, man. I'm gonna be honest. Not against a Charlo or nothing like that. Maybe somebody like Rosario. I think his next fight. This was my 2-part question. It's gonna lead to my 2-part question. What's this guy's name? Shit.
What, part of the opponent?
Yeah, I sent it to you earlier yesterday. I forgot the guy's name. I'm bad with names. Gabe Rosario.
Uh-huh.
This fight being talked about. They actually going back and forth on Instagram about it. To me, how do you feel about that fight? You think it's a real shit fight, or you think it's just a bullshit fight that Gabe Rosario just trying to get his name back out there?
I think that's real shit. I think that's like the perfect opponent for him, because I feel like Rosario is going to be there to be hit. But Rosario, even though he's not a top-notch fighter, he's one of the toughest fighters in the game. So he's gonna get that work. As far as Rosario ain't gonna go nowhere, he's gonna be right in front of him and be saying, "Come on, let's go." And I think he needs some experience. He needs to hit somebody with a good shot, and they still be there. Cause that's what I was watching his last fight. I want to see when he was hitting that guy, he kept getting up, he was still there. How did it affect him mentally? You know what I'm saying? Because when you used to just walking through everybody in the first round, when you punch somebody clean, they go down. But then when you hit that guy, he's still there, and you like, oh shit, I got to fight tonight. So with Rosario, I know he'll beat him, but he's tough. So I think if I was moving him, as far as Bob Arum, I think that would be the perfect opponent, because Rosario has a name. It's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a lot of trash talking. People gonna be interested. So I think that's the perfect fight for him. So that's some real shit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on this one. For one reason though, cause people, while Gabe Rosario he do get hit a lot. I'm not gonna lie, he is very tough. He's a Philly tough fighter. Of course, he's from Philly. But if you really watch him when he fought Danny Jacobs his last fight, if you watch how he beat Danny Jacobs. I'm being honest. I think Danny Jacobs was given a gift decision, and I see him. He could possibly have that same success with a Berlanga by him being young, and he can make it a lot more close than I think the handlers of Berlanga. I don't think Top Rank will want that fight right now, solely only because of how Gabe looked his last fight. Like Gabe before he fought, I say the Gabe when he fought Triple G, or when he fought what's the other guy's name he fought? He looked pretty bad. That Gabe Rosario, I think, yeah, I would put him in there with Berlanga, but coming off with he had a new trainer now. How he did Danny Jacobs, I see him having more success against Berlanga right now. I think I would stay away from him right now. That's my take on it. Next topic on real shit or bullshit. We got Andy Ruiz top 5 heavyweights. Recently, Andy Ruiz has put himself number 3 as the 3rd best heavyweight. He put Fury at top, of course, as number 1. He put AJ as number 2. He put himself as number 3, and he put Wilder as number 4. And then he put Areola as number 5. So this is a 2-part question. Starting with Areola, let's start with that topic first. Do you put Chris Areola as a top 5 heavyweight? Is that real shit or bullshit?
That's beyond bullshit. It's so bad that I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's just beyond bullshit. I'm not even. If you watching this channel and you've seen Chris fight, which I like Chris, But if you think he a top 5 welterweight, not welterweight, heavyweight, I'm not gonna stay here and debate with you.
Yeah.
You know that's beyond bullshit. So yeah, I'm just moving past that.
Yeah, I agree. That's straight bullshit right there. I don't know why. He just trying to sell the fight, pretty much.
Yeah, I get what
trying
he's
to sell
doing.
him. I wouldn't even put Chris Ariel as a top 10 heavyweight. He probably around like maybe 20 of, yeah, probably somewhere around that. Second question is, Andy Ruiz been the 3rd best heavyweight. You think he's shortchanging Wilder, or you think he's really did? Maybe you think he's shortchanging Wilder, or he really is better than Wilder. How would you call that real shit or bullshit?
I mean, I guess for him it would be real shit because he believes in himself. So to him, he really probably feel like he better than Wilder and that he can beat Wilder. So coming from a man that believes in himself, I can't tell him, no, you crazy for believing you can beat Wilder, because if he don't believe he can beat Wilder, then there's no need for him to even consider fighting Wilder in the future. So for him, it's real shit. But from us breaking down boxing, it's bullshit. If he think that he should be over Wilder, because really, I say Tyson Fury is number 1, but Anthony Joshua and Wilder is like 2A and 2B. I mean, how you want to switch, how you want to do it. So he's not even in the topic for the 2nd and 3rd spot. Now, as far as the 4th spot, that's up for discussion. But then I got a guy like Ortiz that would take over him. So I'm not sure. So I would definitely say it's bullshit from a breaking down boxing perspective. But from him coming out and saying it and believing himself, it's real shit.
Yeah, I was going the same direction. I was saying it would be real shit coming from him, because he really do feel he's the best. He's better than Wilder. But I'm like, yo, I'm gonna call bullshit. I don't see him being. He had. If you compare their last 2 performances, even though Wilder was stopped by Fury, he was stopped by the number one heavyweight right now, which is Fury. Andy Ruiz just looked bad against Joshua. After beating Joshua, he didn't come in shape. He wasn't taking it serious. I think he came out recently and said he was even taking substances. Like he was taking, like, I don't know if it was cocaine or what, but he said he was on substances too. He was partying. He was pretty much partying heavy leading up to that fight. Why I do see he's focused now, I do notice that. I do notice, we had a video about it. I do notice the changes in his physique and the changes that him being in Canelo camp has done for him. But it's a show improved sport, man. You got to show improve before you jump somebody, in my opinion. You got to show me in this next fight, really, and not even in this next fight. I don't think a Chris Arreola would do it for you. You got to show me against a White or like you said, Ortiz, somebody around that level, especially Ortiz, because Wilder already beat Ortiz. So show me somebody on that level that, yeah, I can compete with these guys, and that's why I'm better than Wilder. But until then, I don't see it. I don't see how you mean. Yeah, I don't see it. I put Wilder ahead of him. And final last question, man. This is pretty much the last 2 days. Bob Byrne, I call it Bob Byrne versus Eddie Hearn. I call it Bob Byrne versus Eddie Hearn because I see them two going back and forth in the media, trying to put the blame on each other on why this fight is not happening. Bob Byrne came out recently on an article in Boxing Scene, saying that he hasn't heard from Eddie Hearn in a week, and the so-called contract the Eddie Hearn team sent, it said in the contract that it wasn't a binding contract. Therefore, it was just piece of paper. It was a paper. Who do you say is bullshit on, and who do you call a real shit on the reason why this fight between Fury and AJ has not been made yet?
Now, I will say before I get into that, we on some real shit. Y'all, if y'all been watching our videos, every step of the way, we have called all of this. If y'all go back and watch that video last time we talked about this, we told you that Bob Arum wants Tyson Fury to fight Deontay Wilder. We told you this. So you got to give us our credit, man. We know our shit. Now, as far as who's on the real shit or bullshit, the real shit in this one is Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn wants the Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight. He's trying hard. He's working hard. He's doing most of the work in the lifting by himself. Bob Arum, we told you this before. he's on that bullshit because he's sitting back and saying, I don't want to pay Deontay Wilder no money, no step aside money. We in arbitration. I'm trying not to get sued and lose any more money. Because like you said, Bob Arum at the stage now that he worrying about getting the most money he can get. Mm-hmm. So he's looking at it as, man, you need to fight Deontay Wilder. Let's get that $200 million fight. And then you can fight Anthony Joshua and get another $200 million fight. Mm-hmm. So why push him out the way and pay him step aside money when we can get that money? So of course Bob Arum is not going to help Eddie Hearns make that fight. But like I said in some previous videos about this, if Eddie Hearns could come with a crazy site fee that's guaranteed and they can show the money, and it's just so much money that Bob Arum and Top Rank can't turn it down, he'll make the fight and try to make pay some step aside money for Deontay Wilder. The only problem with that, it seems like Deontay Wilder don't want no step aside money. It seems like he ready for war. So to me, it's real shit as far as Eddie Hearns trying to make the fight, but it's just bullshit as far as Bob Arum wanting to make the fight, because in his heart he wants Tyson Fury to fight Deontay Wilder, but I think Tyson Fury does not want to fight Deontay Wilder anymore.
Yeah, like you said earlier when we called it, man, pretty much we verbatim the whole process. The whole process, the spot it is right now, we called this spot 2 months ago. We said this 2 months ago that it was dumb. It'd be dumb for Bob Arum to pay step aside money to Wilder. We said that. We said Bob Arum would rather have a domestic fight here in America because he know that Deontay Wilder would have been a $100 million fight. I also want to throw this out too, because I heard it was rumors saying that the AJ versus Fury fight was had a record-breaking site fee of $150 million. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah, I seen they announced it on ESPN, but the funny thing is they announced it on ESPN, but then came back within 30 seconds and was like, it's like a rumor. Like, we think It's not confirmed. So why are you calling it breaking news and it's not even confirmed?
I'm gonna tell you why they said it was breaking news, because they got a hold of that Boxing Scene article and seen what Eddie Hearn. That's what Bob Arum had to say. They leaning too much on Eddie Hearn, man. They failing to realize that Eddie Hearn, he is not involved with the arbitration that's going on with Bob Arum. Bob Arum is privy to what's going on with that arbitration. So no matter how Eddie Hearn shops the fight, no matter how much a record-breaking site fee he finds, or no matter how many times he get on his private jet and fly to these countries, Bob Arum and Frank Warren know that it's possible. But I will call Bush on is Eddie Hearn pretty much saying that he hasn't heard from. I mean, Bob Arum saying he hasn't heard from Eddie Hearn in a week. I'm gonna call Bush to that on against Bob, because Eddie Hearn's been in the media every step of the way. Like, so for you to say you haven't heard from him in a week, to me, I'm gonna call bullshit, because we heard from Eddie last week. So I know we heard from Eddie last week. I know you heard from Eddie last week. We heard from Frank Warren this weekend, where Frank Warren was saying that there was no real contract and nothing was being moved right now. So I'm gonna just call bullshit on the whole thing. I'm still the same way I was in the beginning. I'm still gonna call 85-15 of this fight between AJ and Fury being made. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, especially not this year. So that's our segment, man. Real shit or bullshit, man. Let us know how you what you agree with and what you disagree with in the comment section. Let us know a topic you want us to cover in real shit bullshit. What's a hot topic that we need to cover on our next segment? With that being said, man, I'm your boy Jay Slay. This is CTB Chin Tuck Boxing. Let him out of here, man.
All right, everybody. Let's subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's also subscribe to the Instagram at Chin Tuck Boxing. Our TikTok is, what is the TikTok?
TikTok is CTB757.
CTB757.
And also Instagram is, I think Instagram is Chin Tuck Boxing 757.
Okay, Chin Tuck Boxing 757. And the last one is our,
we got Facebook also.
Yeah, Facebook. Our Facebook page was just Chin Tuck Boxing. Yep. So make sure you sign up and like and subscribe. We're gonna put a lot of information out on those. Tell your mother about it, brother about it, aunt, uncle, all your friends at work, your enemies. Tell everybody about it, man. Let's keep this channel growing, man. Also at the bottom, you see the little logo. just click on the logo, man, and just subscribe to the channel, man. We're gonna bring y'all plenty of content, man. We're gonna keep bringing it down. So just stick with us if we continue to grow, man. Be our day ones, man. But most of all, man, God, peace, and love, and we out of here.